Well, hey, everybody. It's me, our Alex Murray, doing the thing. Oh, yeah. We're a couple days late this week. And, friends, this is one of those where sometimes when it's the live show, you just gotta be there. Um, the computers and robots rebelled against us. I forgot some essential equipment wrapped up in being busy and all over the place. We had a really great chat with our friend Rocky Powell. I'm about to include it. It's gonna be here. You can listen to it if you want. The audio is rough stuff. It's like a Zoom recording from a decade-old laptop. But archivally, we want to get it on here. We're definitely gonna have Rocky back on the show to chat and talk more later. Thanks so much for those who did come out. We'll keep doing it once a month at Young Ethel's. We're having a blast. They're getting more and more to be like town hall-y weird chats about just sort of Garfield and the world. We discovered some cool stuff that we could do with controlling, actually looking at it in the projector. So we're having a lot of fun. But man, I'm gonna figure out a better way to record the sound in the room, because it's just you'll see. It's just hard to. It's all filtered out and weird. But anyway, it's here, for the real heads, and a couple days late, but and for the casuals, there'll be an episode up again Monday. Paul and I'll be back doing the thing. We love you all. Lasagna stay.
Well, we always ask a couple questions.
Yes.
The interview portion of this show, poo-poo locations notwithstanding, this is two questions. What do we have for you? The first one is, what's your relationship like with Garfield the cat?
I used to read Garfield the cat in the Sunday newspaper, the cartoons, when they were not in black and white. My grandmother would save that page for me, and they would have the word search and like the kids crossword and other random newspaper games. So that's when I would read Garfield.
Your grandma saved it for you?
She would save it, yeah.
That's amazing.
The New Haven Register.
The New Haven Register. That's the next question. How often did you see your grandma?
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
Yeah.
And so every Saturday you were getting Sundays,
yeah,
like adventures. It's weird. So you were like in real time, but like with a tape delay on Garfield's Sunday adventures.
Oh.
Yeah.
So like when you would go to school, like everyone was talking about Garfield's doing that week, and you're like, please. I can't. No. Yeah.
Don't tell me. Maybe John State likes in this time. Really?
I just need to make it to Saturday. Garfield is too related. I got in trouble my sophomore or junior year of high school with my drama teacher because, again, the one comic that would come not in black and white every day was the Peanuts.
Oh, sure.
So what I was doing is I was cutting the Peanuts out of her payment register every day, and then I was laminating it on top of my acting notebook. And one day she said to me, "I haven't even gotten to read them yet. They're putting them on."
Shit. Yes. Charlie Brown spoilers, and I'm gonna guess 1999, 2000.
That I was in high school, not 1999. But thanks for playing, Alex. Five-ish. Maybe 5'6", 5'6". Well, 5 years is a long time. You're cognizant at 5 years old.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Also, if you're a cat, you're almost halfway there.
Yeah.
Cat years don't even get me started.
You're a 50-year-old man.
Yeah.
Wait, so the drama teacher loved Peanuts so
No,
much.
she didn't like me.
Okay.
I think but I don't think she thought it was kind of like a violation that I just like started doing this habit, and then she didn't say it early on enough, like, "Hey, lady, like, stop cutting the comic books out, like it's rude."
Yeah.
But it really was just a non-issue.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
sounds absurd.
Yeah.
So what was your grandma's name?
Oh, her name's Anne Marie.
Anne Marie sounds like a champion. We
Yeah,
wanted you to have
she's cool.
a good time every time you came around to do it
Yeah.
on Saturday.
Also a solid grandma name too.
Yeah.
You know?
Any particular reason you were going to see an animal Saturday?
My parents were at work, so,
Okay.
that's when, it would just be like one of those things where that was like our day with her, so
Nice.
the cousins, I have, total of eight, including me, there's 8 of us on my grandmother's side, cousins. But, my 3 of my cousins live in Tucson,
Yeah,
and one of them is 3 months older
that's
than me.
far away from Duke.
Correct.
As I understand.
Correct, they do make
Nice.
their way to the East Coast quite a bit though, which is awesome, because we are close knit.
Nice.
But my cousin, the only cousin that's older than me was in Tucson, so on the East Coast, I was the big dog.
Yeah,
the
you
big-
know.
the big cat, so I was the
Yeah.
big cousin on the East Coast until my cousin Billy would come.
Would he get the scripts when he would come?
No,
Okay, right.
No.
He got you.
he's an archaeologist.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just got his doctorate, he's an archaeologist, so he travels the world looking up dinosaurs.
Does he get his women soon?
I don't know, I feel like he's more of an Indiana Jones type.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah.
he's a cool person.
Yeah.
So I started the trend of going to grants on Saturday. Then my cousin Katie, who's 5 years, big deal, younger than me. Her birthday's
Yeah.
tomorrow. Shout out to her. She would come when she was.
She was in high school by 2011 then, if I'm doing the math correctly.
Let's see. I think so.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
a
so.
talented.
Still, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
and so then my brother after Katie, and then Katie's little sister Fiona was born. So the 4 of us would hang at grams until I was like ready to hang out with buddies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
That sounds awesome.
I remember when I was get to New Haven and hang out with boys.
Well, I would go to West Haven and hang out with boys. That's what I thought.
Yeah. I just wanna say too, that Connecticut's great in that they just treat every town is just a swap prefix and a
Left
suffix. It's
Haven,
like, yeah, left Haven,
East
right,
Haven,
New
New
Haven,
Haven,
Old Haven, Penn Haven, Waterbury, Watertown.
Yeah, you do a lot of different
Oh,
towns.
love Connecticut towns. Yeah, Bridgeport,
Bridgeport.
Newport.
They also have
Westport.
Westport.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
They're all the place that you have to go like supply up before you fight a dragon.
Yeah, yeah.
Waterbury.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Waterbury.
Well, the second question is simple but also massive. What's your relationship like with the universe?
Oh my god, I'm so glad you're asking.
Yeah.
Finally.
Okay, I believe that the universe is inside all of us, first and foremost. I think we all have the power. And I've actually
Yeah.
been really, this is the perfect show to talk about this. Because I've been getting really into, as Sarah and I had a discussion about a month ago, really into subconscious reprogramming.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, now we're talking. Yeah.
So most people use 5% of their brain. The 2 sides of the brain, there's the left hemisphere of the brain.
Again, 5%. 5 is a lot. 5 is a big.
It's a lot of
deal.
sense.
It's coming up. It's
Big
another percent.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
But the subconscious is what's in control.
Sure.
And the subconscious is the reason that poor people stay poor, rich people stay rich. There's this preconceived notion that talent runs in families, but it's not so much that talent runs in families and that there's talent genes. It's that from when you're born to when you're 7 years old, you're in something called theta state, which do either of you know what theta state is?
No.
No.
Theta state is a state of hypnosis. So while you're 0 to 7, everybody around you, that's what you're taking in. That's what your brain is, the sponge of your brain is learning. And that's your subconscious. Your subconscious is a tape recorder. It's not like we're chatting. Your right brain, left brain, they can't chat with each other.
Yeah.
Your subconscious just tells your conscious mind, like it runs the show.
Yeah.
So the only way to reprogram your subconscious, that's why you won't forget the ABCs, little things that happen when you're little. The only way to reprogram your subconscious is 2 ways. And then you can unlock all the keys to the universe.
Yes.
One of them's gotta be mushrooms, right? Tell me it's mushrooms.
Mushrooms you can unlock at any time if you can get your hands on mushrooms, and
Yeah,
they will
sure.
help. I feel like mushrooms for me, everyone's experience is different. Mushrooms for me, answer a question. I'll take mushrooms and then it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's why I do this thing, or oh I get this thing now.
It's
That's what
almost precise from my experience.
Yeah.
yeah, that's they just answer the universe the
Yeah.
question is kind of like.
Well, that's zooming out for me. It's very
Usually,
much of a back,
Yeah,
back to
you
the
can see.
basics. Yeah.
the first
bird's eye
one
view
will
and
be
stuff.
the
Yeah.
definition of that.
Yeah,
Right? It'll be like everything will fall away, and then I'll get hit the question that I've been thinking about and asking in bed, but like right back now is. Oh.
So subconscious reprogramming, the only way to do the things that you want to do, if you're like, the best example I can give is you're somebody who wants to go to the gym, but you don't go to the gym, okay?
Well,
Present.
weirdly, that's a solid example. Please fix me.
Present. And you might listen to a self-help book, you might listen to one of the gurus that we like, anything. You might listen to those things and you might
Yeah.
know the right thing to do is set my alarm for 7 a.m., have my clothes laid out and get up and go to the gym, right?
Yeah.
You know that's the right thing. You know that's what the thing is to do. But because it's not embedded in you as a habit,
Yeah.
you don't do it. And the only way to embed it as a habit is to fight your subconscious and say, I'm getting out of bed at 7, I'm gonna do this, and then do that over and over and over and over again. Or you listen to affirmations while you're in theta state. And the 2 times a day that you're in theta state are right before you fall asleep
And right before you come.
and right before you come. No,
Yeah.
right before you wake up.
No.
Those 2 times, so if you want to listen to affirmations at that time, if
Yeah.
you want to, write over and over again, or say things out loud over and over again.
Morning pages style, sure.
Affirmations during theta state are the way you change your life, and that is how you unlock the keys to the universe.
Interesting.
I love that. I love it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like manifesting there, right?
It's
like,
all
the idea is, like,
manifesting.
manifesting, like the
But
idea is
also
like
actively doing habits,
Yeah.
like active manifesting like in action.
I can't
Yeah.
tell you how many things on my vision board this year have come true, and it is just June, or it's almost June.
Yeah.
This, can I tell you a quick
I
story?
mean, that's 5 months. 5's a lot.
5 is a lot.
It's big.
Yeah.
It's a big number.
Yeah.
That is very
I don't know what celebrities on my vision board, because I dream a Hollywood life.
Yes.
And Michael Che from SNL was one of
Oh,
the
yeah.
celebrities I had on my vision board, because I would love to do a tweet at that date today.
Yes.
And I did. So he's on my vision board, and last Monday I was invited to his birthday party,
Whoa,
and I
What?
attended.
you had gone?
I went to his
Wait,
birthday
how
party.
was Michael J's birthday party? What?
It was awesome. It was his 40th
Wild.
birthday, and I had a great time. And I'm going to tell the story on my Patreon, but you know what? We're going to have a lot of crossover listeners, so I'll give it to you
Yes.
guys. It's Memorial Day.
Yes.
So I get invited by a friend who's friends with Michael Che, and I freak out. I'm like, I got it. This is my first big Hollywood party. I've made it. I'm
Yeah.
ready. One of my girlfriends works in fashion. She said,
Wow.
come down to the shop. She works in Midtown. Come down to the shop. We'll dress you. We'll get you a dress for the event. I felt like a little pinup doll. They're like changing me, and they're making fashion moves while they're giving me all these clothes they picked out for me. They let me take 2 clothes, 1 or 2 dresses, not 2
2
clothes.
clothes. You only get 2. 2 clothes, please.
Look, there's a lot of clothing to get to.
Australia, and one was like really fancy, and one was just like beautiful for anywhere. That
Kind of
was
like
like,
boomerangs for dress, of
it
course.
was great.
Yes.
And then my other friend does makeup. They're makeup artists. So I texted her and I said, I have a really important event tonight. Could you do my makeup?
Yes.
Do you have a look that will make Michael Che wanna fuck me?
Yeah, because give it to me.
And they weirdly just handed you a shirt with Garfield pointing at Michael
Yeah.
Che.
Yeah.
And it said, Michael Che, wanna fuck?
One more time. Gates open. So my friend does my makeup. She works at Saks Fifth Avenue. And she
Ooh.
said, for the timing of it, you'll have to come into my job. Don't worry, we're gonna keep Saks open for you.
What?
I was in Saks Fifth Avenue getting my makeup done for Michael J's party, and no one else was in there except my friend and
shit.
security. It was wasn't. So then go to the
Take that,
party.
subconscious, you win.
You
Yeah.
win, and I'll give you this. So we're put at the end of the party, there's a bowling game going on. A certain ex-host of the Daily Show was in the lane next to me, and I was trying to get a little bit closer to him.
Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase. And I didn't bowl his last right and left, but I'm bowling.
Craig Gilmore?
Dennis.
Oh my god.
Yeah, sorry.
So there were 5 of us bowling, and if anyone here has been bowling, you know the computer is very difficult in my experience to type the names in and type it back. And you're like, is this from the Stone Age? Why don't we have a computer that works in 2023?
And then a little bowling icon's like, sorry.
The game
This is
starts.
A bowling pin just looks you good.
Essentially.
Yeah.
So I'm the one.
Shoot you with the Tommy gun.
Yeah.
No, but
It's the best. Out of bowling animations, like when you throw a gutter ball, like it's a bowling ball that like makes fun of your mom, and you're like,
Yeah.
how did you snake bowling?
Yeah, or like the bowling ball thing. One mom's trying to do a skeleton and in ties, and then they like have a funeral for it, like with a gravestone. It goes apart.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
In fact, all bowling robots are actually in our rooms over in Theta State, and they're just
Yes,
they're just
yes.
taking it.
Talk to yourself on that. That's just the
Wow.
we can all pee and shit without our cell phones, so everybody trust me, don't bring them in there. Anyways, moving on,
I swear to God, I don't know if I could successfully have a bowel movement without my foot in my hand.
I think you can, and I think you can.
Thank you. I appreciate you. That's my manifestation, right? I'm gonna make it for you.
That's the vision board.
Start with pee, start with pee. Work your way up.
It's not just me without me. Stand up and like hold things and point.
It's
So like,
it's
yeah.
really hard. Really overrated. So I'm typing at the bowling alley, and my friend invited me to the party. He yells over us, I'm typing in the 5 people's names. He goes, John's gonna play too. And he goes, type in John. So I start writing John. My friend says no H. And then coming up from behind me, a man in a playful party way, not in an aggressive way, taps me like this. I'm facing the way I am, but taps me up with arms and just goes, no H. And I turn around and it was John goddamn.
Oh, hang on.
What? It was the hand himself?
I've heard that John's pleasant.
Yeah, I don't see it.
That's
great.
Well, was he good? Was he good bowler?
This time last week, I didn't even know I was gonna be bowling.
That's amazing. Can I ask 2 really quick questions? When he bowls, did he do the little foot behind the thing with the hand up? Did he have a flourish in there?
I gotta be with you. I was literally like.
Very cool.
Like, chill, you know.
Did you flourish whilst bowling?
Yeah.
So you can see how.
A flirtatious way. His fiance was right there. It was just more in a like this is happening
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
way. So I had to just be my best self. But
Wow.
this is the really mystic lasagna part of the story.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The next morning, after this awesome party that I went to that I manifested, I look at my vision board and I see a picture and it says Saks Fifth Avenue.
Nice.
So I have never been to Saks Fifth Avenue. I have no desire to go there other than I'm like, oh, it might be fun to be a fancy rich lady.
Did I just get out there? It's part of another picture or
I
something?
put it on there purposely, but I don't
Yeah.
know why. Like I never had the desire to be like,
Just-
man, I can't afford Saks
It's
Fifth
just a
Avenue.
picture.
Yeah, and then I got my big, and I didn't know when I asked my friend where she worked. I didn't know she worked at Saks, and I didn't even realize it was on the vision board until the next morning.
Oh,
God.
shit. So that's like some solid subconscious reprogramming that just fed into your real life.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, in most magical thinking thoughts too, there's a like, be careful what you wish for. This is the opposite. It's almost like the opposite of be careful what you wish for. It's almost like fucking make wishes like crazy because you never know what's gonna work.
No, but you're right.
But like, yeah, almost all magical thinking, there's a like, be careful what you wish for angle, right? Like monkey's paws or whatever. Because undirected magical thought is usually thought to be dangerous. There's backlash and things that are weird. So it's interesting that like you went into like some sort of like vision fugue state that like where you really must have directed that.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you because the what you wish for, be careful what you wish for. It's all about being specific because you could get $100,000 if you really want it. I want this money, I need this money, I have this money, but where is it coming from?
Exactly,
right?
it's the difficult things problem.
Be specific.
It's the pet cemetery.
It's
Yeah.
the Wonder Woman 2 situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's
There's one.
Yeah.
No spoilers. You have the power to manifest whatever you want in life, just be specific.
Well, speaking of manifesting the best possible thing, let's go to Gawcomics.com. We got about 10 minutes of show left here, so let's dig in.
I think we're gonna manifest a really good one.
Yeah, I think we've done it. I think we're there. I
happen.
imagine that we're about to manifest something you put on your vision board somewhere.
Yeah.
So random comment, Gawcomics.com, Garfield, it's coming, it's happening. Here it is.
Oh,
it's
it's
Sunday.
a Sunday. Sunday with Anna.
No.
Oh my God. Oh, well, he might be
He's
kind of a mouse. Oh, he's a lion tamer.
He's a mouse geologist.
Yeah, with a tiny little chair. Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Look at
Out
that.
of control.
Oh, so these might. All right. So he's with a bunch of adversaries, essentially, right?
Yes,
He's-
absolutely.
He's with a bunch of in the tarot
I mean,
universe of
definitely about control, though, right? If it's
Yeah.
about like controlling, he's also holding a whip that looks like it's made out of a piece of hair.
Oh, no. Manifesting some hair tools made of hair.
Also, big shout out to the mouse in the bottom right hand corner. This thing that fucking rules.
Yeah. Is he on the trademark right there? I think he's on the trademark. Yeah. Wow. I mean, this is the beautiful calling card right now. That is 100% about control.
It's all about control and like taking your enemies and the things that are against you and making them work
Yeah.
for you.
And dare I say, these are the uncontrollable things in life that can possibly be controlled through subconscious reprogramming.
Yeah,
Right? There's something that gives you an
He's
avenue.
whipping your subconscious to shape.
Yeah.
Radical minds are in subconscious.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And like look at the different pieces there. They're like the part of your subconscious that's like
Yeah.
and the part of your subconscious that's like actually the dance.
Yeah.
And the part of your subconscious that's like and
Yeah.
the part of your subconscious that's like stop trying to control me, I hate you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the part of your subconscious that just wants to be.
Yeah. And one that's like kind of bored. And one that's like,
Yeah, stop things that be
one that's like, what am I even doing here?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, but John with no H.
There is a John with no H, 100% a John.
Panel 1.
Oh, look at that zoom. All right. Beautiful. This is big.
This is what I think of as Garfield smell like Buddha.
Yeah.
Very accepting, very open, very sitting. This is his like reclining Buddha. This is the like
He's there to
Garfield is
receive.
just he's yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's not fighting the mouse. The mouse is also like, okay,
Yeah.
like we're here. Here we are. This is a Ram Dass approved Garfield panel.
Yeah.
They are there.
We exist
This is
together.
nuts. We've never been able to come in this far.
That was
Special.
pretty incredible. Yeah. Same exact pose here. And Garfield says, maybe I should start eating mice. Wow.
Oh, John.
Wow.
If I ate mice, I wouldn't have to wait around for John to feed me. I
And
wouldn't
then,
have to wait around for Rocky my cat sitter to feed me 4 times a day.
yeah.
I
If
can
that
just take
cat,
care of myself.
if Teddy's just eating mice, he doesn't need those hat hands.
I hope he's eating my.
And the mouse looks freaked out.
I mean,
The
yeah.
mouse is getting worried. It's zoomed in a little bit too.
I do love the mouse though, as like confronted with like something that could end him, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you're looking into a fucking elder god's eyeballs. you sort of just have to sit there and maintain contact, right? Like
Yeah.
once you do access your subconscious and stuff, once the mushrooms hit, you can't run away. You have to let the universe decide whether or not it's gonna eat your ass.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna say right now, I don't think that mouse is afraid because that mouse looks like a rat. Look how big
Yeah,
that thing is.
that is
If
a
you
big
think about
mouse.
a mouse coming up to a cat's neck,
Yeah.
that is a rat. He's like, I'm in fear.
Oh yeah, and he's got some big old Garfield teeth too.
That thing is almost even dead enough.
Yeah. Oh,
Look at the size of his
oh
face.
my gosh! Look at this though. He's straight up like doing what is that practice? It's like subconscious reprogramming. It's like affirmations, but it's like a
Jedi mind.
it's like Jedi mind tricks. There's a little bit of that in there too. What is it's not quite telepathy either, but it's like used in the military, and it's like a repetitive like you don't want to do this, you don't want to do this, like release me from the POW camp, release me from the POW camp, and then you like zone in. This mouse is straight up like
I mean,
Those
so
things
much
there.
of again magic, especially like magic, it's about your will. Yeah, I imagine that goes into like this is like manifesting is based on your will. Like it sounds like the way that you're looking at the universe is very much like there's this huge part of my brain that like I didn't have any control over that wasn't my fault. That like I was 0 to 7 and things were just happening in my head. And so now I'm going to sure. So now I have to like exert my will on that.
Yeah.
I have to decide to reprogram it. And then this is again like you get into like thelemic thinking and like chaos magic and nonsense, which is where I need. That it's like it's all about your will. It's all about you exerting your will. Like if you just say you're just looking at the universe. There's the like Scientologists scream at ashtrays. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't really mess with Scientology.
You should. It's fucking.
You should try
It's
it.
literally all
With
about
us.
programming.
Is
Yeah.
the
With us.
Scientology?
Absolutely not. You should be a Scientologist, but they're fucking interesting human beings. And one of the things that they do is that they have one of the things that you in between some of the levels is basically you look at an ashtray on a chair and you tell it to move. You scream at it. You exert your will on the ashtray, and like eventually once your thetans are clear enough, you can make it move or whatever.
Sure.
But I mean that so it's just an exercise in willing something to be so. And right now we've got an argument of wills going on.
Yeah.
Garfield's thinking about doing something. Perhaps I will eat a mouse. Perhaps I will start with this mouse in front of me. And this mouse has like brought up a tremendous force of will and just looked at the thing that is thinking about killing him and going, no.
Yeah, and like bringing that into the universe in the form of a confrontation, like physically. Oh wait, what's that?
Yeah, I think I know why. And Garfield's why not. And his force of will, it turns out, it looks like here, is his cousins from Tucson.
Yeah. Wow.
Have you
Like, nope. Yes.
the number two is like these guys in this book. Look at this. The difference between the like subconscious mice, the mice that we're thinking about, and then the mice that you are in fact confronted with.
Yeah. That was interesting. Yeah.
Their teeth.
I'm telling you, those aren't nice.
Yeah, mice and rats sort of exist as the same entity. They're just adversaries in Garfield. Like they're the thing he has to deal with.
Yeah.
And there's a thing that's trying to
Really,
control
for
him.
sure.
And like all of a sudden,
Yeah.
he's just I like that it's like he's presenting him with he's being distracted with all the things that could go wrong. Because we saw in the opening panel that there are lots of just mice.
Yeah. And also things that he absolutely cannot control that are confronting him with. You know? He knows it feels
Go away.
I think it maybe went away.
What's there? It's okay. We've still got Garfield. We're running short on time.
Well, I mean, how do you feel about this comic? It feels like subconscious reprogramming is kind of embedded in here. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like the art of, even if it's like sense memory exercises in an acting class, I feel like if you are putting that out constantly into the universe, like
Yeah.
you don't want to do this, like don't eat the mice. Look at these guys. I feel like it's gonna start happening. These things will start happening. You know, you'll go bowling with Michael Che and John Hamm.
Yeah, I already did. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen the celebrities in this house? Have you seen the Johns around
Have
here?
you seen the old hosts of the Daily Show? Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a great Gilmore like.
I'll go to Turkey.
Oh man,
This is great.
that would be great.
For me, it's very much trying to get back. I think the thing that I'm taking away from this is like that if you want something, there's the notion that you can't have it is fighting against you all the time. And so you have to push through that. We're talking about programming. Garfield's got to look at him and be like, "But you, I got oregano and garlic. Like, you know, I'll make the mice delicious. I don't need the mice's permission to eat the mice, and it's not up to the mice to decide like what is appealing to me.
Yeah.
I have decided it's time to consume mice, so I'm gonna." And he lets the like subconscious distract him from the thing that he wants there, and he's not gonna be full. He's going to be hungry.
Yeah, and if you ask for something like just the vision board of Michael Che, then you'll end up finding that pathway to him. You don't necessarily know what it's going to be,
Yeah.
but that's the putting Garfield's finger on the
sexy, delicious mice on his.
Yeah. He
Super
must be
hot,
calling himself.
super hot mice. Yeah. He was like, maybe mice, any mice. And this mouse was like, but these.
What about you? I want to also make it clear I don't have like a weird shrine vision board to Michael Che. There's a ton of
It's
celebrities
just all Michael Che.
on the vision board.
So it's just the inside of your locker at middle school, which would have been about like 1999, 1998.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle
Nice.
vision board and walked past me in Central Park.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
All right.
Tripping.
No, I didn't even see him. My aunt saw him, and then we saw him walk by, and I was like, "Holy moly!" That's
There
Dave
goes-
Chappelle.
There goes one boon reel out of touch comedian. There he goes.
There he was, and it was
Six.
insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take that. You hear me? Dave Chappelle, shots fired right into the internet.
Wow.
I didn't
Sure.
that name.
Well, Rocky, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, and please tell us about your podcast as well.
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, thank you so much for having me on the show.
Yes.
It's a fun way to spend a Monday night.
So weird.
In this case, not a case of Mondays.
Yes, we did.
Oh man.
The robots, we worked through it, we figured it out.
Wow.
Actually, kind of.
I know this is gonna be even better. Yeah.
My podcast is called Wild Nights with Rocky Powell. Today was the 124th episode.
Oh, no.
I had Ruth Flores as a guest today, and he hosts a show called Unpopular Opinion.
Podcast Inception.
Yes, and that's actually a live show at Caveat. So he's my guest this week. And I basically interview entertainers on a wild night in their life, usually stand-up comics. And yeah, they'll share a story. The stories are super different from each other, which has been really great, and everyone's interpretation of what is wild. But the first 15 minutes is me monologuing. I write a monologue every week, and this week's monologue was a weekend update edition that I did. So I do a different thing every week, and then I just chat about my week. So it's called Wild Nights with Rocky Powell. Please check it out if you'd like to listen to it. I think you will.
Hell yeah. Thanks so much for being here. On Twitter and Instagram,
I'm a patchy.
hell yeah. You know what? Let's just do a big old fat.
Namaste.
Thanks so much for being here. Missing sock.
Oh, there it is.